Some major issues on the newly announced raise focused on Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA beneficiaries. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. But really quickly, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you each and every day to bring you all of the latest updates and to help you out in any way that I can through all of this information that is changing very rapidly right now, and I am your one and only daily advocate. So thanks so much for your support. Subscribe down below and feel free to go back and check out any of the other videos right here on the channel. So let's get into it. Thank you again, and let's jump right into the topic. So there are a lot of major concerns out there right now about this newly announced raise out of the Social Security Administration just a few hours ago earlier this morning. Now, I was out earlier today talking about the newly announced cost of living adjustment that was just released earlier today. Now, it came in at 5.9%, which is also a pretty nice raise considering we got 1.3% here in 2021. However, I've been reading through the comments section down below on the two videos that I released earlier today talking about the COLA, and there are a lot of major concerns right now. Let me go through what I am seeing very frequently down in the comments section. Most of your major concerns, I continue to see this come up literally time and time again. I've seen hundreds of comments talking about these couple items here, and I want to address this. And then I also do have one very specific question that somebody asked that I want to answer for you. It may be you, by the way, but I want to answer that because I'm guessing many other people here in the community also have the same exact question. So let's get into this and talk about some of the major concerns. Number one, a lot of you are looking at this 5.9% and saying, seriously, that's it? 5.9%, it's not going to do much. It's seriously not enough. 5.9% is great, but yet at the end of the day, it's all going to be evaporated through Medicare Part B premiums and raises to our rent, raises to utilities, and the loss of other benefits. So I've seen a number of people reaching out saying basically, nice, it's great, but yet at the end of the day, they're just going to take it all away like they do every single year. I've seen tons of comments saying something very similar to that. Now, I've seen a lot of other people reaching out saying, what's the Medicare Part B premium going to be for 2022? We don't know that quite yet. That should be released here within the next week or two or so. Generally, it's in usually about the last half of October, possibly maybe early November. So I would say probably within the next 2.5 weeks or so, we should be getting that information on the Medicare Part B premium. So I'm honestly not sure when they're going to release it, but as soon as they do, don't worry, I'll be right here for you, bringing you that information, and then we can run some more calculations talking about what your COLA will be, or what your new benefit will be, I should say, taking into account the COLA, the cost of living adjustment, and then minusing off, obviously, the dreaded Medicare Part B premium increases, right? All right, something else that I saw out there as well, and I saw this a number of times. A few people, this is a sad situation, by the way. I saw a few people reaching out saying, great, this is going to raise my benefit to the level in which I'm going to be disqualified from receiving SNAP benefits. So in that situation, this would actually be a detriment to your monthly benefits, right? I mean, think about it. If you are currently receiving SNAP benefits as of right now, based on your level of income on a monthly basis, and all of a sudden a 5.9% raise is actually going to bump you up enough where, unfortunately, you may lose your SNAP benefits. In fact, I saw this last year as well a number of times. When I released the video last year talking about the COLA raise, I can't believe how many comments I saw coming out saying, this is nice, but you know what? I just lost my SNAP benefits. There goes my SNAP benefits, so there you go. At the end of the day, I'm going to be net down quite a bit because I'm getting, X dollars in SNAP every month based on my current level of income. This is going to bump me up just enough where I'm going to lose those benefits. And unfortunately, according to what I'm seeing down in the comments section, yeah, it's a sad situation, seriously. I feel like it's so weird that they allow this to even happen. If somebody is eligible for SNAP based on their current level of income, based on the COLA raise, I feel like there should be some kind of language written into that saying you wouldn't lose other benefits like SNAP benefits, food assistance, some people call it food stamps, housing vouchers, housing assistance, rental assistance, utility assistance, anything like this. I feel like, personally, obviously this is just my opinion, but I feel like there should be some kind of language wrapped around the COLA that says this raise will not impact other benefits, just like the stimulus checks. Remember that? That was one really cool thing about the stimulus checks. It is not included as income, it's not counted as resources, and it's not taxable. Therefore, it does not impact other benefits like Social Security, SSDI, SNAP benefits, housing assistance, utility assistance, anything like that. Stimulus checks don't impact any of that stuff, at least in many instances for 12 months. The same thing with the child tax credit. It doesn't impact benefits for 12 months. So my point is, it seems really weird to me that the COLA doesn't have some kind of clause written into it like that as well, where it's not going to impact other benefits. But unfortunately, it looks like that is something that does impact a lot of people. So a super sad situation. I saw a number of those comments down below on those videos from earlier today. So seriously, it's sad that people are losing benefits and ultimately probably at the end of the month going to receive less benefits, right? You get your raise, but then you lose other benefits as a result. Not cool. All right, so we have a question here from somebody. Maybe it's you're watching. But anyway, I saw a lot of comments down below and I wanted to mention this because I'm guessing that this also pertains to many people here. So Jesse McDonald, I hope you're watching. Jesse McDonald reaches out and asks, so what happens if we get a boost to the federal poverty line with our benefits? Does that mean we're also going to get the cost of living adjustment on top of that? So Jesse, that might not be your question exactly written, but I think I laid that out in such a way that kind of makes sense for everybody, right? So anyway, the question is, and I think a lot of you are also asking this question. I did see it a few times, but Jesse was actually the first time I saw the comment, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to mention Jesse. So anyway, the question being, if your benefits are raised to 100% of the federal poverty line, for instance, SSI benefits, remember? We've been talking about the SSI Restoration Act, where they actually do want to raise the benefits up to 100% of the federal poverty line. How would that actually work? Well, that's a good question. Let's talk through this. I'm going to be completely honest with you going into this. I don't know the exact answer on that, but let's talk through this a little bit logically and chronologically, and I think we'll be able to get our answer just kind of talking our way through this. Okay, so let's think of this. First off, the SSI, well, okay, any benefit right now that may be boosted up to the 100% of the federal poverty line as a result of the stimulus package. The vast majority of these stimulus provisions in this stimulus package are going to be enacted starting in January of 2022. So therefore, if all of these stimulus items, so-called stimulus items in the stimulus package, are going to be starting in January of 2022, if there just so happens to be some kind of provision in there raising benefits up to 100% of the federal poverty line, and it starts in January of 2022, that would also be when the cost of living adjustment will also go into effect. So therefore, with that being said, I would have to say, according to what we know based on what I just laid out right there, I would have to probably say that it would probably just be a rise to 100% of the federal poverty line without the COLA kicker on top of it, if that makes sense, right? So we can't necessarily double dip with this one. However, there would be a different situation. If for some reason everybody was, well, everybody and or some benefits were brought up to the federal poverty line. Again, I'm just talking in hypothetical examples here, or you know what I mean? So we're just talking through this. I'm not promising anything like this is happening. I'm just simply saying because there are people out there talking about this right now, and there are people in Congress currently working on raising benefits up to 100% of the federal poverty line. So again, I'm just letting you know what's going on out there. So if this actually was enacted, let's just say November 1st for a hypothetical example. If it was enacted November 1st to raise benefits to 100% of the federal poverty line, I would have to say, well then when January 1st rolls around, you could probably get a COLA on top of it, right? Again, that's just me and basically how I would logically think of that. But again, what do I know? I'm just a guy on YouTube, and they all, the theories and the philosophies and the rules and all this stuff wrapped around these programs. Who knows? You know what I mean? So a lot of times there's kind of weird stuff wrapped around all this stuff and saying like, if this, then that, if this happens first, then that would happen. And with these exclusions, all this stuff, they always have this fancy language wrapped around all this stuff. So again, for Jesse McDonald, I hope that someone answers your question. I know that there's other people asking this as well, but as of right now, there's no solid plan. Well, there's nothing that's out there right now basically saying we're going to 100% raise benefits to the federal poverty line. However, we do know that there is the SSI Restoration Act out there right now where that group of senators is actually working on it to reform the programs and raise benefits to 100% of the federal poverty line. But remember, that would only be if they pass it in a standalone bill and or they include it into the stimulus package and they get it passed that way. We do know that it's all out there right now. They are currently working on it, but until we get some kind of final pass on it, that's just kind of what's going to happen with benefits. So I hope that kind of lays it out a little bit more clearly. But when I was reading through the comment section, kind of wrap this whole video up, when I was reading through the comment section on those two videos earlier today talking about the COLA, by the way, if you haven't watched those yet, I would highly advise. This is really going to help me out a ton. And I would say the vast majority of people, probably maybe 60 to 70% of the comments I was seeing was saying, this is a joke. This is an absolute joke. Prices are going up way faster than this right now. Food items are going up absolutely nuts right now. The prices are rising so rapidly right now. Gas prices are going up so much. This 5.9% is certainly nice, but at the same time, there's no way. It doesn't come anywhere close to where real prices actually are right now. So yeah, a lot of mixed feelings out there right now. I feel like a lot of people are just really frustrated with the whole situation. I get it. Seriously, you're certainly not alone. If that's you right now, please, you're not alone. There's a lot of people that are feeling the same way right now. In fact, in some of my videos, you've seen me kind of going off the wall a little bit because I'm feeling the same way. As I go through all this research and seeing the things that are going on right now, I just feel like this is so obvious what needs to be done right now, but yet it seems like everybody being people in Congress, acts like, wow, we don't know what to do. Man, it's a mystery. What do we do right now? Does anybody have an idea what we should do? I don't know. Does anybody have an idea? And I just feel like, you guys, seriously, pull your head out of the sand. It's obvious what you've got to do right now. So anyway, I think a lot of you here in the community feel the same way, like, get a grip, people in Congress. You know what to do. Seriously, you know what I mean? So, again, that's not any particular party. It's literally everybody. We all know what needs to be done right now, especially for low income and fixed income. I just wish that we had a little bit more authority because, if we did, if we had some say, if we had some pull, seriously, we'd be getting stuff done right now, right? So anyway, I know I certainly would be right now. I am absolutely an action taker. I'm the type of person where I need to get results. Like, I need stuff done like right now. And if we don't get stuff done, I'm like, seriously, who needs to get fired here? Seriously, you know what I mean? Like, what needs to be done here to get some action? So anyway, I wanted to come back with you, kind of lay out what I've been seeing, what I've been observing here over the last, 6, 7, 8 hours or so throughout the day. I've been watching everything closely. There's a lot cooking once again. So make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. I promise you, I'll continue to be here for you every single day with all of the latest updates and helping you out in any way that I possibly can. Please keep the comments and your remarks and your questions coming down below. I read through as many as I possibly can. And of course, if I need to come back and have a follow-up video answering more questions or anything like that, I can absolutely do that. Otherwise, I'll continue to be here for you. I'm going to get back to the research, see what else is out there right now, and I'll catch you again later in another update. Stay safe. Thanks for your support. Subscribe to the channel and go back and check out those other videos. And of course, share those with your friends, family, and social media, as there's a lot of people out there looking for this information during this time, wondering how much are we going to get in 2022.